What's going on, guys? I'm the Maha Mechanic. Today I'm going to be replacing a clutch master cylinder on this 2001 Ford Ranger. So let's get into it. So you're going to first start off by popping the hood and removing this fuse box. It'll get you more access to the master cylinder down there. You can't see it right now, but you should be able to once you remove this fuse box. It looks like these two bolts hold in the mounting bracket for the fuse box. Just going to remove those. They're two 8mm bolts. Should be able to kind of wiggle this out of our way a bit. The clutch reservoir here is attached to the box as well, so we'll have to remove that as well. Looks like it's just this clip here. Pop that bad boy out and then this thing will come off of the mounting bracket for the fuse box. So with that clip out, now slide it forward, you clip, and it'll come right off the fuse box. Take the fuse box, and if you can, just bend it more out of the way. So now that we have the fuse box removed, we can see our master cylinder here. All right, next order of business is to come underneath the car and come back to our clutch pedal. As you can see here, here is our master cylinder and here is our position switch. Basically, to remove our master, we also need to remove this position switch from the white rod here that connects to the pedal. So first remove the connector. There are two clips, the top and the bottom. You just want to pry those out and then it should come right on out. With the electrical connector removed, you want to spin this thing around, just push it up. It's on like a spring. Push it up and spin it around. And once you do that, it looks like there are two things to squeeze in here. Squeeze those in and then try to pry out this connector piece. Push it up. It looks like it moves up after you squeeze these in. So I'm going to do that off camera so I have another hand, but all I'm doing is squeezing this in and pushing this white piece up. So as you can see, I just squeezed it in, now pushing it up, and then she'll come right on out. I'm going to push this up and try to finagle it off of the rod itself. I'm gonna need two hands for this. So the easiest way I found to do this was, sorry I didn't show you guys, but once you have it, the plastic piece off, spin it back around towards you and then pop the bottom out, slide it down a little bit, and then it should just come right on out. Make sure you're trying to remove it from the metal part, not the plastic part, because the metal part is smaller and will allow it to slide off. But now that we got this removed, it's on to removing our master, which, as you can see here, just looks like we have to turn it 45 degrees and it'll come right out. But we have our connection to our pedal up here as well. We're just going to pry this pretty much to the outside of the car, and if it breaks, it breaks. We get a new one with our new master. If you don't get a new one, I would highly recommend you get a new one because this is plastic and those clips are fragile. So as you can see here, I was able just to stick a screwdriver. Oh my God, let me show you on the new one. Sorry, it's hard to film under there. I'll show you what I did on the new one. I stuck a screwdriver in here and just pulled that way and was able to pop off pretty easily. But now it's time to take our master and rotate it. As you can see here, it has a little keyway that's square, that's 45 degrees out. Turn that 45 degrees and it should slide right out of this mounting bracket here, which is kind of nice. See if I can do that one-handed. I don't think I can, so I'll cut back to when I have this slid out for you. So it was actually easiest to come from this side, put your hand down there, and since you have this little nipple that you can use to spin it, push forward because it's a little spring washer, so push that way and then push this nipple down and you should feel it spin and then come loose as it is right now. So now it's loose. We might have to remove the clutch line here. I've already removed the clutch line from the transmission. Actually, my transmission isn't even in the car right now. I'll insert the clip here of how to remove the transmission side clutch line. Very simple, but yeah, here's that clip.
There she is. Just that little plastic piece, shove her in, pop her out.
So the only issue is that this clutch line is a hard line, which makes it hard to finagle the master out, but you should be able to keep wiggling her on out of there. So, as you can see here, if you go underneath the car, your clutch line is now tied to the frame, or tied to the body. Just gonna want to pop that clip out, and then you should be able to remove it. All right, so here's the old unit with the transmission line hooked up still. Basically what we're gonna do is take off our old reservoir, and we already have a new hose on the new one for the new reservoir, for the old reservoir. Basically take that one off, take our clutch line off. It's got a pin here, and the new one comes with a new pin, but just hammer that bad boy out and then this thing should come right on out. But yeah, once you get everything off of this that you need, we can start putting in the new master. Ew. So using the new pin, as you can see, this bottom little cutout is for the pin, and this hole right here is for the new pin. Insert our clutch line in there just like that, and then go ahead and insert your pin right on through and hammer it down in there. Also, don't forget that tiny little O-ring that comes in the bag. If yours isn't in there already, make sure that goes in the clutch line hole before you put the clutch line in. So with this assembly, I'll put back together with the old clutch line on it, and our pin through there and our seal and everything. We don't want to put the pedal attachment on yet. As you can see there, those little two plastic fins down in there, they clip in there and allow it not to come out. So this means that we can put that piece in there after we put this on the car. It's a lot easier to do it without that piece on the car. But yeah, we're just gonna throw it in there like this, back into the hole, tighten it down to the retainer, and then I'll see you there in a second.
All right, so once you have the clutch cable and everything routed again, you want to take this, thread it on through there, just like how we removed it, but with a little twist. 45-degree twist in one direction. And again, this might be easier from out of the car. Once you have it in that hole, just go there, twist it a little bit, and then push it in. So now that we got it seated, as you can see there, this wire out of the way, it's in there in the bracket and turned properly. We can reattach it to the pedal. So this part's pretty easy. It's like the reverse of removal. Again, take this little socket, put it on the nub on the end of your clutch pedal here, and then feed this end into the master. Don't push it down too hard yet, just feed it in there. When you go to press the clutch for the first time, when you have the clutch and everything back on to bleed it and everything, that'll lock it in. So, yep, just feed that on there. I got the clip clicked on there, and we're all good on the underneath. So now it's time to put on our clutch switch here. Again, reverse of removal, put it on this way,
flip it around, put the clip on, flip it around again, plug the connector in, and you're done. Push it up, turn it around, and then put your electrical connector on. We can go reinstall all of our stuff in the engine bay here. I'm gonna leave this until my reservoir dries and everything. I just cleaned it out, got all the gook out of it. But for now, route this out of the way so you don't squish it with your fuse box, and then replace our fuse box. All right, so to bleed this, the best way I found, I'm stealing this method from a mechanic that I know that has been doing this for years. Basically, you're gonna slide your seat all the way forward. This is if you only have yourself to bleed it. Makes it a bit faster to have someone else. Basically, you wanna get a bar and like this, a breaker bar. Move your seat all the way forward so that when you're pumping it and you stop pumping it, press the pedal all the way to the floor and keep it there with your breaker bar and not have it move. But basically, what you're going to do is pump the pedal like 100 times. When I say 100, do it 100 times. And then once you have done it 100 times, switch off, put the breaker bar on the pedal. Well, I should first say, don't let it back up after the 100 pumps. Leave it to the floor after 100 pumps, and then just shift your foot off the pedal or your hand, whatever you're doing it with, and replace it with this. And as you see there, just leave it pushed up against the seat so it's all the way to the floor. You could do it with a power bleeder as well. This is what I've been doing. Put like 7 psi of pressure on the reservoir and then start pumping and everything. But once you got the 100 pumps and it sits there, go underneath and pop the bleed screw. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of mess down there. Pop the bleed screw. You should get a whole bunch of air bubbles from the master, and then close it real quick. I did this twice and it worked pretty damn well, but I also had half pedal travel, not full pedal travel. So if you have no pedal travel, you probably have to do it 4 or 5 times. But yeah, just keep doing that and your pedal should come back. So I'll show you guys how to do it one more time. Get your power bleeder on your reservoir and then pressurize it to about 7 psi on the top. Now, we're going here. We're gonna pump this thing 100 times. Once you've pumped it 100 times, put in your bar so that it stays at the ground. Don't let it off the ground after you've pumped it. And then go underneath the truck. Find your bleed screw up there and pop her loose. And there you go. If you found this video informative, please be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel for more. Remember, no matter experience or your skill level, keep on improving.